What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla, back here with a very exciting Godzilla figure review, guys, from our friends over at HIYA Toys. In their Exquisite Basic series, we have the King of the Monsters Burning Godzilla Battle version. This figure is absolutely gorgeous, maybe the best incarnation of Burning Godzilla we have seen ever from anyone. This figure is amazing, and I can't wait to jump right in. Oh my God! Very cool packaging, you guys. You got the HIYA Toys, very cool image of Godzilla kind of running through some burning flames. You got the Exquisite Basic Burning Godzilla Battle version. Super cool, super glad we have this. Taking a peek at the side of the packaging. Back of the packaging looks great. I love this little picture here on the side. That's very, very cool. Kind of just his spines coming through the fire there. Very awesome imagery on this packaging. Cannot wait to finally get this figure open. It has been a while since we ordered it. Sometimes HIYA Toys kind of ship stuff quickly when they drop kind of new repaint announcements, but this one took a little bit of time, so let's get into it. Size-wise, this figure from nose to tail measures just about a foot in length, and height-wise, it stands just under 7 inches tall at kind of the regular standing pose. You can kind of tip him up a little bit more, and in that case, he's going to go ahead and stand just over 7 inches, so you can actually get him to stand right above that 7-inch line, which is what this figure is basically marketed as. All the Exquisite Basic figures are marketed as 7-inch figures. So we have seen this sculpt before, but obviously not with this amazing paint apps on it. But starting with the bottom, we'll do some quick detail and paint. So obviously at the bottom, great claw detail. I wish they were a little bit just more straight up black. They have that kind of that red coming running through them a little bit. And I wish it was just kind of a little more straight up black. I like it when there's that really, really deep contrast. But moving up the body, lots of awesome colors in here. Blacks, oranges, reds. Very nice. Detail obviously still amazing, as we've come to expect with HIYA Toys. Moving back into the detailing, very, very nice detail. Really, really love what they did here. The paint apps are just absolutely gorgeous. I love how they really do a good job of kind of cycling through those different paints, using more dark colors on the chest. You know, lots of really bright up here, kind of under the neck. Really, really gorgeous paint apps. I really love what they did. Lots of, like, you know, the oranges around here, the spines, kind of the bottom of the tail area looking a little darker. But detail and paint are beautifully done and applied throughout the entirety of the figure. Moving up the tail, just take a quick peek at that. This figure really kind of shines. He's got a nice little gloss to him, but not like an over-the-top Super 7 gloss. A really nice looking gloss. And these spines, just absolutely gorgeous. They start off kind of that orangish, move into that reddish, and then they kind of end on like a blackish, almost very, very dark maroon color. Absolutely love what they did there. And then the face, again, from HIYA Toys, beautifully done. Moving in there, see if we can get that tongue to move down. Yeah, individually articulated tongue. And the tongue, you can see great detail on there. The eyes, nice, piercing little yellow eyes on there. Very beautiful. Teeth look great. Face looks great. You can see these little gills there on the neck. Just amazing attention to detail. Look at these spines. Positively gorgeous work from HIYA Toys here. Love what they have done with this Burning Godzilla Battle version. Inside of the mouth has good detail. Top of the mouth has beautiful detail. Check that out. Very awesome. Did not miss a single beat on this figure. Bottom of the tail looks gorgeous. I do have a little kind of orange, extra orange splash there, but that's okay. Very beautiful. Bottom of the feet, really the only place without detail on them. But they just did an absolutely great job on this figure. Inside of the hands got a little detail, still that texture kind of coming throughout. We can quickly talk about the effects that this figure comes with. Right off the bat, we'll start with these two pieces here. It does come with fist hands. Generally, I like Godzilla's hands to be a little more open, so I just kind of leave them on. But showing off the fist hands really quick. They look very good. Good detail. The claws look awesome. And obviously those just kind of snap in there. But the best figure attachments are actually the Ghidorah effect pieces. Look at this. So he comes with the severed Ghidorah head. Or he doesn't come with the whole head. He comes with this little piece here. So you have to take Ghidorah's head off and attach this piece to kind of give it the awesome little effect of Ghidorah's head being freshly ripped off. And obviously you can put it in Godzilla's mouth. Unfortunately, the best way to fit his neck that I've kind of found, it's hard to fit it up and down. His mouth isn't quite open wide enough. So you kind of have to fit it in sideways, which then means Ghidorah's head's kind of facing the wrong way. So I kind of have to turn Ghidorah's head a little bit the wrong way to line up with his neck if you want to see Ghidorah's face in his mouth. And sometimes it's a little hard to get it in there. I wish they had kind of made it a little, but there he goes. So there's Godzilla with Ghidorah's head in the mouth. That's very cool. I love that they did that. It's very, very unique. Gives us a very cool look at this figure. Unfortunately, though, it kind of covers up some of Godzilla's face, or most of Godzilla's face. So if you want that, you got to kind of deal with the fact that his face is not covered. We'll see if we can kind of get his head. Maybe we'll just have him hold it. There's his trophy. Well, maybe. There's his trophy! Another piece that it comes with is this other small piece that you can add onto Ghidorah. See if we can get that into effect here. So it's kind of another little effect piece that you pop on the back of, on the top of Ghidorah's head, the one that's missing, of course. And you know, it just is a kind of cool piece to show Ghidorah's head is no longer there. So, fun that it came with both of these. I will definitely be displaying this Ghidorah with the missing head. I think it's just a really fun, unique way to display Ghidorah. And then obviously you have Godzilla, the victor, right there with the severed head. Jumping into a few size comparisons, I just wanted to show him off next to a few of his Burning Godzilla counterparts. So here is the NECA Godzilla. Definitely cool to see that side by side. It's been a while since I've busted out the NECA figure to take a look. Obviously, Godzilla, HIYA is going to be a little taller, and NECA's got the very, very bright orange spines, but very similar actually feel on the body. The HIYA feels a little bit brighter and kind of glossier, but NECA did a great job. I really do miss NECA. They did a great job. Here is the SH Monster Arts. SH Monster Arts did a very, very orange take on this figure. Very, very cool figure, I think, definitely. But definitely very, very orange. I think in terms of accuracy towards the movie version, the HIYA Toys definitely has it beat a little bit just in terms of that orange and it just being a little over the top. And then obviously I think something where HIYA or SH Monster Arts goes a little bit awry is there's not much continuity between the body and the legs are obviously painted differently, the legs being a lot darker. The head is very much dark and there's a kind of a sharp cutoff at the top there. Whereas the HIYA Toys does a great job of everything flows and seems like it's one piece of figure. The Bandai Movie Monster Series Burning Godzilla, there he is. Gonna stand surprisingly tall compared to the other ones. Definitely probably the second tallest one we've looked at so far, aside from the HIYA. But obviously, way too dark. Bandai did a pretty, this figure's very cool because it's a little bit hard to get. It was a little bit pretty exclusive figure. But they did not do a too amazing job of capturing the Burning Godzilla essence. This is kind of more like a Halloween repaint, more than a Burning Godzilla, kind of straight up as he was in the movie. But there is the Bandai next to the HIYA Toys Godzilla. Pretty cool to see those two guys next to each other. Wanted to take a quick peek at next to him with the Stylist Series Godzilla, the Burning Godzilla. I love what the Stylist Series did with the spines. Very gorgeous. A lot darker tone on the Stylist Series. And the Stylist Series, they make these Godzillas bulky. Look at that. He is thick. But cool to see the two HIYA figures side by side. Very similar in height. And here are the two HIYA Toys figures. We have the regular Burning Godzilla and then the Battle Burning Godzilla. And it is incredible how, I thought this Burning Godzilla from HIYA, the first one, was pretty darn good. Obviously I could nitpick. The spines are probably too bright. The head is a little bit too cut off from the body. Obviously painted separately there. But I thought this was a very darn good figure. And it still is, but oh my goodness, does it show how freaking amazing this battle version is. Just look at the contrast in terms of the paint and detail on the body. So much, just so much more complete here. Everything flows so much better. The spines are a lot more, spines are a lot darker, movie accurate. These are cool, but they're just so freaking bright. It's crazy. And then obviously the mouth, the head here being a lot different from the neck. This flows so well on this figure. Inside of the mouth, you got that bright orange mouth versus kind of the more dark red mouth on the battle version. So it's very cool to see these two figures side by side, and very cool once again to see how much HIYA Toys just does in terms of improving upon their first models. HIYA Toys really impresses me in that effect where they see their mistakes, they see where they can get better, and they really go ahead and execute. Articulation on HIYA Toys figures is something I've done a bazillion times, but we'll run through it really quick. The feet are going to see some turn, and then a tiny bit of point and flex. Leg articulation is going to be pretty good. And then the thighs, they have some articulation there, and then plenty of up and down. You could probably force a 360 if you want it, but I'm not going to. At the waist, you do get some ab crunch as well as ab turn. You just have to make sure the spines aren't going to bash into each other. Just be careful you're not messing with that, or you could get some potential paint scratches or whatever. So just make sure you're being careful there. Arms, good movement on the shoulder, up and down, as well as that in and out motion. Elbow, straight, bent, wrist, bend, 360, good. Head, have multiple points of articulation. There's the kind of far down look. Doesn't look too far down. I wish we could get a little bit more down out of him. But up, pretty darn good. Especially if you use the ab crunch and bend this figure up and down, he can move pretty well. I definitely love that HIYA Toys did that. Obviously, we saw earlier, mouth opens and closes, and that tongue is individually articulated. You can push it down to the bottom mouth and then move it up and down. Within the mouth, sometimes it works. Sometimes you got to get in there and fish for it and move it up and down yourself. But sometimes you can also kind of use the mouth to move it. This one seems like it's a little stiff, but sometimes you can use the mouth to adjust it. But there's the tongue articulation. And then tail, doesn't really want to go up too much, but down, not bad. Side to side. Obviously, if you heat this figure up more and get those joints really loosened up, he can do a little bit more. But this moves plenty for me. Good tail movement, pretty free-flowing. HIYA Toys, you never cease to amaze me. One more thing I want to take a look at before we end this video is the kind of glowing effect this figure might have. See how translucent he is? Let's go ahead and check him out under the flashlight. So there he is. Pretty cool effect there. Obviously the head's not coming through as much unless we get the light a little up higher towards it. This flashlight's not quite strong enough to light the whole figure up, but you can see some very cool translucent abilities if you kind of shine the light the right way. That's a pretty good shot right there. Not the most translucent figure we've seen, but he looks pretty darn cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Exquisite Basic HIYA Toys Burning Godzilla, their battle version of him. This figure was a limited release on HIYA's website. I'm not sure if he's still available. I know they kind of act like he might sell it quick, and then he kind of ended up not selling out as quickly as I thought he would. So if that figure is still in stock on HIYA's website, I will link it below for you guys. Go ahead and pick one of these up. Obviously, this figure is absolutely gorgeous. I think, in my opinion, still, as I said in the beginning of the video, this, I think, is the strongest Burning Godzilla offering you can buy, especially at least in an articulated version. Obviously, you could maybe get a better one if you go spend $2,000 on one of the statues. But if you want an articulated figure that fits on your shelf well, this HIYA Toys Burning Godzilla battle version is the way to go. And it comes with that really cool, unique, decapitated Ghidorah effect pieces. Very cool. He looks awesome holding it, doing that roar pose. I think it's awesome. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. Did you end up picking one up or did you miss out? If so, are you going to try and hunt one down? I would definitely recommend it because once this figure sells out, it will become much more elusive to pick up. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay.